Hey guys, today I'm going to be giving you an in-depth ARES guide, and I'm going to be telling you why I think the ARES is an extremely underrated weapon for its price range. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and play some background gameplay here for you guys to kind of understand the tips that I'm giving you. And I'm going to be explaining why I think you should try using the ARES. So the ARES is 1600 credits, which puts it at the same price range as the SPECTRE and the Judge. The Judge is a little more expensive than these two. But for the most part, you can think of the ARES as a different variation of the SPECTRE. So whenever you think of the ARES, try to understand that it has both pros and cons that make it different from the SPECTRE. So you really have to kind of experiment with it. It's a little bit of a different weapon. I feel like people don't really give it enough of a chance. I feel like you kind of might try it once or twice and then you kind of just forget that it exists, and only a very small handful of people are willing to try it and use it. So definitely take this video as a sign to just kind of try it. I guarantee you this weapon will catch people off guard and you'll be able to really get a lot of kills with it on, especially, so you want to buy this weapon like whenever you buy the SPECTRE, which is after you win first round, or whenever you have extra money and you can't full buy and you're saving for next, right? So the most important tip that I can give you guys for this weapon that you probably don't understand is the first 10 to 15 bullets have a lot of recoil. But after the first 10 to 15 bullets, recoil becomes much easier to control and manage. So once you understand this, it allows you to see the ARES as kind of like a laser. Again, after the first 10 to 15 bullets, it's really easily controllable. So what this means is also the first 10 to 15 bullets can sometimes go like all over the place, but for the most part, it's not too bad. It just feels weird. So you have to understand that, right? Once you understand that, it's gonna be very good for you. So spray transferring, this makes spray transferring also very strong because like I said, after the first 10 bullets or so, you're gonna be much more accurate with the spray. So you can very easily spray between multiple people. And you'll see people like Sinatraa do this with the ARES. That's the main person that I think of whenever I think of using the ARES. You can spray transfer between like 3 or even 4 people if they set you up properly. And also with the 50 bullets in the ARES, you can pre-fire certain angles if you hear people or if you know someone's coming from a certain area. You can just, keep shooting, because again, if you stop shooting, the initial 10 to 15 bullets, you're gonna have to get through those again because those are relatively inaccurate. But if you keep shooting and you spray transfer to an angle where you think someone's going to be coming from, which hopefully I do that somewhere here in the video so you can have like a visual representation. But once you start to do that, you see this is the range that you don't really want to be fighting with the ARES at because it's not the best, right? Because you can't really tap with the ARES. You're pretty much only going to be spraying with it like this. That was a little awkward. He's crouching, but anyways, again, spray transferring is very good, especially for 2 or 3 or even 4 people. But next tip is aim for the upper chest. So again, if you aim for the upper chest, after the first 10 to 15 bullets, your recoil is going to go, instead of going up really fast, it's going to go up very, very slightly. So at first it's going to go up like this, but then after the first 10 or 15 bullets, it's going to kind of go like very slightly, if that makes sense. So if you shoot in the upper chest, you're going to be going like right up into the head naturally without even needing to try. You see me doing that here in this video a lot of the time. This gun's also very satisfying to use, to be honest. But yeah, so those are the main tips. I think the main takeaway for you guys is really just give it a shot. Understand that it's different than most weapons. It's not a SPECTRE. It's definitely you can't just shoot it in the same way that you shoot a SPECTRE. But I think the skill ceiling is much higher for this weapon than for the SPECTRE, which is also another reason why probably trying to master this weapon is much more worth than using the SPECTRE. There are some scenarios where you'd probably want to use the SPECTRE over the ARES, such as on a map like Split or Haven, and you're just hard pushing a site. But on a map like Breeze, where you're just holding down somewhere from a long range, this is a good option. Also, you always have the Marshal, which I'll be doing a guide on here in the future, don't worry. But again, consider that on longer range maps like Ascent, Breeze, Bind even, and try to apply all these tips that I've given you. This gun can be a monster. Also, it takes 2 headshots and I believe 1 body shot to kill someone, which sounds like a lot, but really you're shooting this weapon, like I said, it has one of the highest fire rates in the game. It doesn't take too long for that to actually happen, or one headshot and 3 body shots. So keep that in mind. Felix, He just came into my lap. That's my pet cat. He says hi. Sorry for interrupting the guide, but it's free content, to be honest. So, as you can see, I'm holding my own here in deathmatch with only the ARES against people that are, I believe, only using Vandals and a Phantom. So, yeah. There are some slight differences between ADSing and not ADSing. The main differences between ADSing are that you have a slight zoom, you move a little slower, and I believe that's it. There's no difference in the fire rate, if I remember correctly. You guys can, you know, correct me if I'm wrong about that, but I like the ADS just because it feels better. Like, it feels weird to not ADS. You get that very nice slight zoom. Almost one right there. And this is it right here. So I also got a lot of assists this game. I did notice that. That's pretty common with these guns you can't kill people quickly with. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions about this gun, or if you guys would like me to do other weapons, again, I'm going to be doing the Martial Frenzy eventually. These guns are just harder for me because I don't usually use specifically the Martial. So it's going to take a little bit of time for me. But anyways, subscribe. Leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.